Welcome back to ShizzyUnchained, the show where I cover the sector of crypto and AI, and that sector is Bittensor TAO. I have a fun series for you guys. So for the next 10 weeks or so, maybe more, depending on how long it takes us to get there, we'll be taking 10 Bittensor TAO tokens and using subnets to get us 100 Bittensor TAO tokens. And we're going to be trading in and out of these Bittensor subnets. Some of them will hold for a long period of time. Some of them will be in getting our gains and getting out. So it's going to be a fun experiment for us to kind of play with. We're going to be checking all sorts of stuff. We're going to be having stuff in our portfolio that is running, stuff that in our portfolio that we need to make decisions on. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting. And as Bittensor grows through the summer, I think we're going to be able to do it. I think we'll be able to turn 10 Bittensor TAO into 100. This is an experiment. So if you guys are following this, maybe do your own research, right? Don't depend on my research alone. But I think I can do it. And we're going to have some fun with it. So without further ado, let's get this thing started.
I'm just a subnet Desian, baby. Take my towel and watch emissions go crazy. Low liquidity plays, yeah, I ate those daily. Or roll ridges and this still maybe. Her boyfriend buys Bitcoin only. He does not understand subnet alpha, homie. I'm farming yields while he's buying slowly. Watching S&44 explode without me. Ooh, yeah. Subnet Desian, no sleep again. Refreshing TAO stats at 3 a.m. Ooh, yeah. Validator, baby. Consensus drives me crazy.
All right, first thing I want you guys to do is go to ShizzyUnchained.com, click resources, and this will take you to Stake TAO. So I'm going to be using metamines.com, mentapmines.com for this. And like I said, you guys can go to ShizzyUnchained, just go to resources, Stake TAO, and that'll take you right to Metamines. Or you can go straight to the bottom here, and I have it right here as well. That'll also take you to that same site. So the reason I'm using this is because I think it'll be great for content. I think they have a cool portfolio page where we can track everything and kind of see what is happening. And I really like these guys, and I think they're building something really cool here. They do have the cores, they have the sectors, and they have the subnets. So we're going to be using these, right, to add to our portfolio and stuff like that. And as you can see here, I have 10 TAO ready to go, and some gas and stuff like that. So for the transaction fees, so I am ready to take 10 Bittensor TAO tokens and turn them into 100. The first coin that I'm going to be looking into is Distill. All right, so Distill is right here. So we'll click Distill. It has a 210% APY. This is another reason why I think I want this one in there first. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add it. And what that's going to do, that's going to bring it over here. And you're going to see Distill there. So we're going to lock it in. We'll forget about it for now. But let's talk about why I want to get into Distill. So the first thing I do is go over to their site, right? I mean, it's a chatbot. And what Distill is doing is really awesome. Distill produces compact, high-performance AI models through competitive distillation. The current focus is compressing large models into smaller ones that match or beat the originals. Free public API, so you can actually get a free API to use for your OpenClaw and everything else using Distill models. And right now, the miners are trying to take these big LLMs and make them smaller to where we can run them with smaller hardware, maybe on your cell phone, just really concentrating smaller models, but really trying to keep the, everything you love about an AI chatbot, right? So that's what they're building here. And I love it too, mainly because right now I feel like it's super cheap, right? Obviously it's a newer subnet, so we do have to deal with a lot more inflation, but it is getting a 3% emissions, which means there is TAO going into the pool with the Distill. It's just not the Distill. The tokens with 0 emissions means there's no TAO actually going into their pools. So we want to make sure that stuff we're getting into does have emissions. So it's got 3% emissions, which is a ton of TAO going into the pool every block. It's sitting around $9.80. I feel like it's super cheap, $5 million market cap. This is why I want this in here. I actually did a video all about Arbis and everything. And you guys can actually go talk to Arbis as well. Just go to the Bittensor TAO Discord, and you can actually go in any subnet. But go in here and just at Arbis, right? At Arbis, you can ask them anything you want. Anything you want. This is the subnet runner. Like, this is the guy who's running the subnet. He's actually in a Mac Mini or a Mac Studio in Jacob Steve. Konz is this guy right here. This is Konz. He is the co-founder of Bittensor, and he has Open Tensor Foundation. He's a part of that. He used to be the CEO, but he stepped down recently to decentralize it. Arbis is running in this guy's studio. This is why I want this one in there, right? So yeah, for sure. And then you guys can read all about there. And yeah. Oh, and Alpha Gap actually has it number 80 in the Alpha Gap. So it's the highest one here. I mean, that's saying something. I'm not taking the A gap score. Like, I'm not getting into the 5 top 8 gap scores, but this being the number 1 here and being a $4.9 million market cap means we need to have it in our portfolio. And that is why we're going to do that for sure. All right. The next one I'm going to be adding is Ridges, SN62. This honestly is a chart play. That's what this is. I believe in the team. I do. What they're building is, they're trying to build a Anthropic coding style model for you to be able to use a lot cheaper, right? They do have a $30 a month thing where you can go there, you can go to the GitHub and you can start using it. They don't really have a front-facing model yet, which kind of I'm hoping for comes in the next roadmap. They do put out roadmaps now. I mean, they weren't for a while. You have to remember there was a guy, Shaquille. He was like the face of it. He's kind of stepped back. Now we have this new guy named Voon. Mark Jeffrey seems very bullish on Voon. I believe in Mark Jeffrey. If Mark says something, I believe it. So I'm still very bullish on Ridges. But again, the main reason for this one is the chart play. And look right here. So previously, before this big pump, we've seen an upward momentum, and then we saw a down before it marked the bottom, and then we rode to $34. I'm seeing that same exact thing play out right here. And I do believe right here is the bottom, and right here is the bottom before we pop. And I do think that this is going to be great for the portfolio. And I think in about 3 months, we're going to be very happy that we got Ridges at 25 million. Ridges is one of the earlier ones. It's been something that's been around for a while. And, the liquidity pool is $11 million. So there's a lot there. Burning mechanism is there. And I do think they get the emissions back. Alpha Gap actually has them as number 7 with a 72 here. So I'm definitely paying attention to that. And then if you kind of go back to TAO market cap, Ridges again, it doesn't have the emissions yet, but I think it gets turned back on really soon, and I do think we start seeing TAO get back in there. So again, this is a chart play. $5.48 in my eyes is a steal for something I think can get back to $32, and that is exactly what we're trying to do. Trying to turn TAO, a few TAO into many TAO. So we're gonna probably put like 1 or 2 TAO in here, but we're definitely going to go back to MetaMinds and we're going to add this to our portfolio. So Ridges is number 2. Okay, the next one we're going to be getting into now is Rezi. And Rezi is a bet on the founder. This man right here, Sebi. Shout out to Sebi. He's killing it. He's absolutely killing it. He's everywhere. He's working with the guys from Ditto. He's got their token up to $12 million. It's went parabolic over the last week or so. And I think Sebi is somebody who we need to bet on in this portfolio. And his project, Rezi, the real estate oracle, he's doing something different, right? And you can try the demo here. He was on Jason Calcanis' show. He's been pretty much everywhere. He's been on Hash Rate and so many more places. He's just front-facing founder and somebody I believe is going to really change a lot of things when it comes to subnets and how people look at subnets and be like, wow, they're really building cool stuff here to really help RWA, which is real estate, right? This is a RWA play as well, if you think about it. So I definitely want to have an RWA play in my portfolio, and a founder like Sebi I want in there as well. So that is the third one I'm going to be adding here. And like I said, bet on the founder. Right now, it's sitting at around 12.84 market cap. The chart looks good, and that's kind of what I'm basing this portfolio onto is charts. We've seen upward momentum here with some consolidation. It's consolidated here enough in my eyes, and I do think we're going to head up to like $5-6, which is going to double our TAO value. So that is going to be something that we're definitely going to want to look at, and very exciting to have Resi in there. For me, I really wanted it in there because I don't have exposure in my other portfolio because I just can't find the room for it right now. But on this one, with this, like just trying to get those short term gains, I think Resi is good for short term and long term. Really, I got to get it in my portfolio as well. Not just this 10 tail challenge, but exciting times are ahead for Resi for sure. All right, the next one here is going to be BabbleBit. BabbleBit again is probably going to be added because of the chart, and I just really like what I see. So I get this newsletter every so often, and it's from the guys from Mentat Minds, whatever. These guys are awesome. They really are knowledgeable when it comes to what is happening, and they have something in here that really got me thinking. Right, so BabbleBit break confirmed. So BabbleBit has been on this downtrend, and it just broke it. Right, so it's officially above it. A huge candle here, which kind of shows the strength of the break, and I do think it pops up. And I also do like what they're building here, developing low latency speech-to-speech translation on Bittensor. If you go to their website, the founders of BabbleBit bring decades of experience delivering disruptive, patented innovations to diverse multi-sector global markets. Why now? For decades, researchers have tried to automate simultaneous interpretation to replicate what to into in real time. All right, so they're building like a speech to speech, so it's pretty cool. I've seen him on Mark Jeffrey's podcast, but again, I think this is mainly for me is a chart play. This might be something we get in for a couple weeks and get out of. So definitely want to be paying attention to SN59 right now. I do think that break is real. And we'll see kind of what happens with that in the future. But let's take a look at its market cap. With the market cap of 6.7 million, I think this has room to explode here. And you can see the downtrend over it. Now we have this uptrend here. And I do think we get past the all-time high of what's that, $1.56. So yeah, so we'll see. Not all-time high, but local high. So we're gonna pass through that, get up to potentially $3-4. Again, this is going to help us take our couple towel that we're going to put in and really double it, triple it, right? So we can get to our goal of 100 towel, road to 100. So this is going to be one of them. Again, this might be a shorter term trade, not a long-term conviction play, but for me, I want it in here. I believe that that breakout, especially the one from the Sappho report, is going to continue. So breaking out there for sure. And then let's kind of get into the next one. All right, the final coin we're going to put into this week is Score. Score has 8.06 emissions, which means it's getting the second most amount of TAO put in its pool each week or each block. And that's exciting. On top of that, it's sitting at a nice price of $12.72 with a market cap of $56 million. This is going to be one of the safer ones in our portfolio. But again, this is a bet on Max. Max was on the Sunrise DeFi. You got to remember, Sunrise DeFi are the guys who put the Bittensor TAO token on Solana. And it sounds like in this interview with them, they talked about alpha tokens, that we're going to see alpha tokens on the Solana blockchain very soon. And I do think Score is one. And I do think that when we start to see more of these alpha tokens being put on Solana, I think we have to start getting into those ones because the Solana blockchain just has tons and tons of liquidity there that could really 4 or 5x a token right away, an alpha token right away. So definitely got to be paying attention to that. And on top of that, they're building something phenomenal. I mean, this is groundbreaking stuff here. This is stuff that I don't think Web 2 companies are even getting into now, Web2 AI companies. They're building a camera system of all camera systems. You can tap into this with an API, and really kind of start digging into what these guys are doing. You can go to console.scorevision.io to kind of see this, or go to Town Square and just click use product. But yeah, I believe in Max. This is a founder bet as well, just like Rezi. And I do think this could do multiples of 4 or 5x in the next coming weeks, months. This is a long-term play. I don't think I'll be selling any of my score that I'm buying today for a long time in this portfolio, because I do, again, think this is a very safe play. But at the same time, this could bring in 4 or 5, 6x multiples. So definitely need score in there as well. Let's add that. All right, so we have our 5 that we're going to be doing right now, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be we're going to do 20% with Distill. We're going to do 20% with Ridges. We're going to do 20% with Rezi, 20% with BabbleBit, and 20% with Score. And we're going to kind of see 2 TAO in each, and let's see what happens here. I'm excited to kind of get started, invest directly. No, we're not going to have them rebalance it for us, because we're going to do it ourselves, and we're going to confirm it. So this is what the portfolio is going to look like here: Rezi, Distill, Score, BabbleBit. And this is kind of why I like Mentat. And you guys should definitely check it out if you haven't checked it out, because it's just, the portfolio is awesome, and I think it'd be great for what we're doing here. And then we're going to delegate it. We do got to sign into our TAO stats wallet, because you got to remember, these guys don't custody your tokens. Everything is in your wallet for you, so you don't got to worry about any of that stuff. I'm going to approve it, and here we go. We're going to get the confirmation in about a couple seconds here. You got to remember, Bittensor isn't the fastest chain in the world, but it's the best for sure. So we're going to get that there as it gets us in. Boom, transaction included in block. Congratulations, your TAO allocation is underway. So within the next, probably 5, 10, 15 minutes, we're going to see our portfolio and check that out. But definitely check the week 2, which will show what we're doing, and maybe some changes that we're going for week 2. I think we'll probably make some changes there, but it's going to be an exciting journey, guys. Like I said, make sure you guys go to ShizzyUnchained.com, click Mentat Mines, and that'll take you to the site. Make sure you use my link. Make sure it says Shizzy Unchained there at the top. And let me show you guys right here. Make sure it says Shizzy Unchained. Make sure it says Shizzy Unchained for sure. So there, click the Mentat Mines, and that'll take you there. That definitely helps out the show if you wouldn't mind that. But also check out Shizzy Unchained as well. We do have some pretty cool stuff here. We do have the portfolio. You guys can see what I'm holding in my personal portfolio. I'm going to be updating that as well. That is different from the road to 100. We got a shop here. If you guys want shirts, hats, or anything else, make sure you check out all my stuff here. Subnet Summer. This one is fire. I recently just got this one. I really like this one. The shirts come out really nice too. I really like the shirts. And I ordered another hat. So I got a second hat for when this one gets a little sweaty. So I got more hats coming. But yeah, check out everything here at Shizzy Unchained, and just hit the shop button. Also, I have a new thing here, Shiz University, a private one-on-one learning experience built around what you actually want to master. If there's anything you guys need to know, and you guys want to sit down with me for an hour, $100, we can kind of talk about whatever you want. So we do have the beginner TAO onboarding. You can do this one. Building a subnet portfolio. We can walk you through what a long-term portfolio looks like for someone. We can talk about your allocations. Obviously, none of that is financial advice. It's just my opinions on things that I'm doing personally. Content creator. If you want to learn how to create content, I can walk you through the entire process of getting the everything you need to get started with creating content. We can walk you through there. And Unchained class as well. This is just anything that you want to learn about. Anything at all. You have me for an hour. We can talk about anything at all. So it's going to be really cool to kind of see what happens with this. Click this, and then you can actually pay in crypto. You can pay on Solana, Ethereum, or obviously TAO, probably the best. So definitely check that out there. We do have all the videos here. If you need to catch up on all the Shizzy Unchained videos, I got some resources, latest news, I'm still updating that one. Tools, if you need the tools, AI bubbles, crypto bubbles, the TAO bubbles, right? You can click that, and everything you guys need potentially to make it easier for yourself to figure out where the best sites are for everything. I'm going to be adding some sites to that as well. So check out everything here at Shizzy Unchained. I really hope you guys like the episode. I really hope you guys follow along for week 2. Make sure you guys check out Mental Minds, check out ShizzyUnchained.com, and really appreciate you guys. And until next time, peace.
Shizzy Unchained. Whoa, hey, yeah. Used to be boxed in, taped up mouth, dreams on mute, heart face out. Now walk in like make that count. Faith in my feet, I break that down. Talk to the mirror, you built for this. Scars on my soul turn limitless. Locked in the room with an empty list. Now every you can on my hit or miss. Gone. They said sit down, I heard stand tall. They said pipe down, I wrote anthems on the wall. From the floorboards up, I rebuilt it all. If I stumble on the way, still refuse to fall. Shizzy Unchained, Shizzy Unchained. They wanted me quiet, I stepped out the cage. Turn up the rage, turn up the flames. Carved my own lane, now remember the name.